welcome to another edition of the Time Flies podcast. I'm your host, Dario. For the listeners and viewers, you guys are going to be able to tell I have three familiar floating heads. This is part two of the NBA playoffs episode. I got my guy, Steph, one half of the host of the Bonus Room podcast. I got my guy, Micah. I got my guy, C. Hall. Gentlemen, how is everybody doing in the middle of this playoff run? How's everybody doing?
I can say for myself, I am feeling a bit up and down. I think that it's been a really awesome playoffs from a game standpoint. There might be a little bit too much in the terms of blowouts, but there have been some crazy nail biters. But honestly, it's been another playoffs that's been marred by injuries and suspension. I'm hoping that moving forward, we can kind of put that stuff in the rearview mirror and just get to basketball. But I've been pretty happy from just a execution X and O standpoint.
So, Steph, you haven't said anything, and at the time of this recording, the Clippers are out of the playoffs. So, and starting off this episode, what we're gonna do, we're gonna give our guy Steph, we're gonna give him the runway, we're gonna give him time to decompress and give out and tell us about his stresses, what he was disappointed in, what he's looking forward to, anywhere he wants to go. So, Steph, the floor is yours, my boy. Get anything you want off your chest right now.
Oh man, it's been a rough couple weeks. First of all, Clippers are out. They got eliminated in 5 games to the Phoenix Suns. And Kawhi is just unreliable. Dario, you're right, man. Can't rely on a player who's just constantly hurt. I mean, as a fan, I had to give him the benefit of the doubt, bro. Like, I had to. And I told you, I think we did a podcast at the beginning of the year, and I told you, like, bro, if he gets hurt again and we load manage him and we do everything we submit to all his demands, like, and he doesn't come through, I'm gonna be on that train with you. So I'm on that train, bro. Like, he's unreliable, and it's crazy because he had 2 great games. And, like, it makes you wonder, like, yo, like, I think if we had Kawhi and PG, I think we beat the Suns, like, because they had no depth. Easily. And the Suns aren't that good. I mean, Booker went crazy. Durant was consistent. Ayton was, like, up and down. So was Chris Paul. But I think with a full Clipper regimen, they beat that. They win that series. But woulda, coulda, shoulda is what losers say, and that's what we are right now. So it's just. I think, I don't know if I can speak for all of Clipper Nation, but I think we're just tired of it. I think we're just tired of, guys being hurt, not being on the floor together. We're tired of Kawhi not playing. And, I mean, no one's questioning the legitimacy of his injury. Obviously, he has, he has a bad knee. But I just think he's just super fragile, and we can't continue to commit resources and time into this team it's not going to win. It's not going to win a championship. There's no way. I mean, they'd have to get like a third superstar who's better than Kawhi and PG for them to have like a shot. But with just this tandem, it's not going to work. It doesn't matter who you put around them because we were supposed to be the deepest team in the league this season, and it didn't show.
So they actually have one more year on their contract. I thought it was this year.
They all do.
They actually have one more season. So knowing that you have another season to go through this fucking PG-13 and Kawhi nightmare, what would you do? Would you say fuck it and try to trade them, even though it'll be incredibly hard to? Would you actually go about making the calls? What would your step be? What would you do, Steph?
If I was GM, I don't think it'd be that hard to find a trade partner for PG or Kawhi because, man, if the Lakers can unload Russell Westbrook for solid ass like role players that have positioned them to do well in the playoffs, there's a market for PG and for Kawhi despite their injuries. So
I'd say
I don't
more
know
so
who,
for PG. Kawhi, I don't know. Kawhi, I think it might be hard because look, the last few seasons.
I don't know, but because obviously when he's on the court, he's amazing. Like we saw those 2 playoff games.
He's not on the court enough. I don't want to hear that no more. That's it. It's a wrap, Steph.
I'm with you. But there's gonna be a team. There's gonna be a team like, I don't know, like a Miami, or I even heard like a Golden State. Not where he's the Batman. The point is that Kawhi can't be the Batman anymore because he's too unreliable. Yeah. So if you join like a Golden State or Miami or Philadelphia where you're not the Batman and someone else is, I think he can thrive, and I think, there's value in that, and I think other teams will know that as well. So I would try and unload them. I would try because almost all our entire roster is signed through next season except for Russ. I don't re-sign Russ. Russ was great. Love his heart, love his passion, but he had too many bad turnovers, a lot of dumb shots. And I don't want to deal with his drama. He's just a cancer, man. I don't know what's wrong with him, but he just doesn't. He's just, I don't know. He's not successful on any team that he's on.
No,
so
but
just get rid of him.
Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, he did well, and he
didn't do
tried
anything
his
bad,
best,
bro. He did his He did his best with what he had. He literally was not the reason why you guys lost.
I don't want to run it like what we're gonna build around Russ. Like I just think at this point, if we were to get rid of PG and Kawhi, what is Russ doing there? Like Russ is there to complement them too.
And Russ is a good point guard, just to have there. You can't find a better point guard than Russ.
I don't
really,
know.
Unless you go young.
I don't know if there's something we can work out for Dame. I don't know if there's something we can work out for like a Zach LaVine. I don't know. I don't know what the market looks like. That's something for these managers to figure out. I don't see a future with Russ. I don't see a future with a championship contending Clipper team with Russ as one of the main pieces. I just don't see it, at least right now. So I just don't think we resign him. We don't deal with that drama. Don't deal with that pressure. I mean, applaud him for trying his best, but let's move on.
You think they're gonna sign him though?
Let's shop him. Fuck, I don't know, man. These Clipper. I just feel like the Clipper Nation and the journalists have been really soft, and they want to re-sign Russ because they love his effort and love his heart. But like at the end of the day, I don't care about all that. I care about results. So I don't want to run that risk because I just felt like there's too many times I saw him make stupid turnovers, stupid shot selection. I would just try and shop Nick Batum, Marcus Morris, Robert Covington because Ty Lue doesn't play him, so why is he there? I just think we ship out all our guys who are old, keep the young guys, keep Bones, keep Terrence Mann, keep our younger core like Brandon Boston and Amir Coffey, keep Mason Plumlee because I thought him and Zubac were a good center tandem.
Yeah.
And just get rid of everyone else. I just think we should clean house and let's get some young guys, get whatever value we can, whether it's role players or a semi-star like Levine or I don't know.
The thing that sucks though is that you guys are like, is it next season you guys are going to the new building or the season after that?
No, we got one more season at Staples and then the following season we're going to the new arena.
Okay.
So I just think we lick our wounds, see what we can get back for the terrible PG trade, and just by the time we get into a new arena, maybe have some fresh faces, have some new hope with a new team. But it just doesn't work. And I mean, even if they do run it back, I swear there's going to be a stretch where they look amazing next season. Where it's going to be like, oh, this is the Clipper team we've been waiting for. But then something's going to happen again.
Fuck that. From now on, the Clippers don't get any recognition until they make fucking noise in the playoffs, bro.
I'm with
That's
you.
it. No more. We're not doing this. We're not doing this Kawhi looking good for 5 games in a regular season. Oh my God, he played 10 games. Oh my God,
you're gonna have a stretch in December where they win like 8 games in a row.
Hey, Dario,
this is the Clippers we've been waiting for. This is it.
Yeah, fuck that. Nah, man. Chris, what up?
It's gonna fall apart.
You seen how Kawhi looked when he was on the court in the playoffs, though, right?
What do you mean?
But he's never on the court.
Like,
he's never on the court.
He's one of the best pull-up shooters in the entire league.
Look,
you can't him unless you send a double.
You can't hate on he had a bad injury. Hey, he can't sat out for a reason. He had a bad injury.
No one's questioning his injuries.
Stop.
Okay, so then what I'm saying,
Dario, one sec before anybody else chimes in. Since Kevin Durant went to the Nets and then also included in his Phoenix Suns tenure, and since Kawhi Leonard went from the Raptors to the Clippers, you realize that Kawhi Leonard has played more games than Kevin Durant. He's also had a better box plus minus than Kevin Durant during that time. So if you're going to bring this same energy for Kawhi Leonard, you better be damn sure ready to do that for Kevin Durant as well.
But why
that's what I told Dario too.
No, Steph, yeah, you did tell me, but why does it feel like Kevin Durant just plays way more games than Kawhi? It just feels that way.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It's just that KD's in the playoffs. Like he's playing in the playoffs, and it's just Kawhi isn't. Like Kawhi missed all last season.
Kawhi never played. I get it. I get it. He played more than KD, which is it's still astonishing to me. But the numbers are the numbers. I can't refute it.
And but like I said, the scheduling.
I'm going off of what I see, bro. Kawhi invented load management. Kawhi held San Antonio Spurs hostage.
It's San Antonio Spurs when they were winning championships with Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili invented load management.
Yeah, okay, but
nights off. And look, that's when it actually worked. They were winning championships, so you saw the dividends in the postseason.
Micah, I don't give a fuck if it worked. You're a professional basketball player, bro. You play the game, dog.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing, dog?
Part of the argument is if you're somebody who works a full-time job at the office, you don't get to say, I came to work on Monday. That means I don't have to show up until Wednesday. No, you work.
You play Monday through Friday, bro. And then on top of that, again, I don't care. He created load management, and then the whole Toronto thing was fucking lucky as shit because he had one good year, and now he has 2 Finals MVPs, 2 championships. So now everybody is saying that he's on this elite class, bro. Show me a fucking run, bro. The young Kawhi was San Antonio Spurs. Cool, you got that. That was like 20 years ago now. We haven't seen that Kawhi since those finals. Every year since those finals, there's been something with Kawhi. His leg, his knee, his load management, his fucking crazy request with the Clippers, trying to get a helicopter, his medical team. Like, what the fuck, bro? Are you going to play or not? Are you going to play?
Demanding they trade Shea for PG.
Exactly. Are you going to play and you're going to show up and actually do your job? Or are you going to show up when you want to show up and then put up numbers and then make us believe that you're the great player, even though you're playing twice every other, 5 days? Nah, bro. Fuck out of here, dog. You're not in the conversation no more, dog. Not until you fucking put a legitimate fucking row of games and a nice playoff run from beginning to end.
Hold on. Look, I will tolerate the Kawhi slander. I like to hear it. He's not necessarily my favorite player. But when you're talking about the conversation, are you talking about the top 10 players in the NBA currently, or are you talking about all time? Because the top 10 players to me, in no particular order, I have Giannis, Curry, Jokic, Embiid, Durant, Luka, Tatum, LeBron, AD, and then probably Dame. Those are probably the top 10. Outside of those guys, I can take a Kawhi over SGA argument. I can take a Kawhi over Devin Booker up until a week ago when he went nuclear. And
Kawhi's not in my top 10. He's not in my current top 10. He doesn't play enough.
Well, it's like what are the parameters?
I don't care his skills.
Is it top 10 players all healthy? Because look, I think Kawhi has proven that when he is healthy and he is on the court, he is damn near unstoppable. And so for me, like,
but then he gets hurt 5 games into being healthy.
I know. So that's what I'm saying. It depends on like the parameters. Like if you say all players healthy, because Dame has been very unhealthy lately. If you say like all the top 10 players fully healthy, I feel like Kawhi is in that conversation. Like, because when he's on the court, he's dominant. Like,
he's dominant, but he's dominant for how many games? For how many games?
I know. So it's like how do you define the top 10? So like for me, if it's top 10 all healthy, Kawhi's in it. If it's top 10 including their injury history and whatever and their availability, okay, yeah, obviously he's not top 10. So I just think
that's a given. How are you putting an asterisk and being like when fully healthy? That should be a given. Top 10 when everybody's healthy.
It's not given with all the stars.
That should be a given, though.
Yeah, but I don't want to get into a Kawhi status debate because, like, for me at least, like, I agree. Like, I think Kawhi is one of the most dominant players when he's on the team. But the fact is that he's so unreliable and he's so inconsistent. And to me, with every sport, I always say the best ability is availability. And so the fact that and Dario, I told you last year, look, we submitted to all his demands. We said, all right, we'll load manage you. You'll never play a back-to-back, even though the NBA gave us the most back-to-backs out of anyone in the league. We won't pay a single back-to-back. You'll get to rest like the first 2 months. You'll come off the bench. We'll limit your minutes. We'll do everything so that by the time the playoffs come, you're ready to go. We can make a run and it's cool. So I was like, all right, we're going to give him all this, but he has to come through. You can't be demanding this shit. You can't be getting paid max money. You can't be having us force trades to get PG and giving up assets and giving up young guys and then fucking having not allowing you to do back-to-backs and doing this load management shit if you're not going to come through.
I never believed.
So for me, it's like it's a wrap. I don't want to do it again.
I never believed that Kawhi was in a position to demand all those things to begin with. Even after those 2
after Toronto, he was.
I still don't see that. I still didn't see that. I still didn't see that, bro. I still didn't see that. I still didn't see that.
Hindsight's 2020, but come on, bro. Take yourself back to 2019. Who the fuck is not going to give Kawhi what he wants after that Toronto run? Fred VanVleet, bro.
In 2019, he was one of the 5 best players in the league. The other 5 best players were in no order.
I get it.
LeBron, KD, Giannis, Curry, and Kawhi.
I get it.
All 4 of those other 5 guys are still one of the 10 best players in the league. All 4 of those other guys. And then Kawhi is just barely on the outside, like knocking on the door. And is the bouncer going to let me in tonight to the top 10 club? Perhaps, but maybe not.
I'm just saying, man, it just wasn't for me, bro.
Outside looking in.
He wasn't for me, bro. I get it. I listen, I get it. The numbers, the championship, I get it. But to me personally, to nobody else, just me personally, if I was a GM and the shit that he was demanding, trade away SGA when SGA in the first round as a rookie going to Golden State, he was going to fucking Kevin Durant's neck.
First round
not being fucking scared of the Golden State Warriors. And how many first round picks? 4, you said, Steph? Like,
yeah, 4.
Like, no, those demands for Kawhi was not great. And then on top of that, you're also going to demand to trade for Paul George. Like, when Paul George wasn't even it as well. But the organization has been shit for so long that they needed to be relevant. So, like, okay, we got Kawhi. Then we could get another team so we could get even more relevant. So let's give into all of our demands when Kawhi wasn't even it. If it was a LeBron James, if it was I don't know, I can't think of anybody else. But Kawhi and LeBron, they're not on the same level. LeBron, and yes, LeBron's on another stratosphere compared to, like, basically any other player in the NBA. I get it. But, Steve Hall, you were going to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, so nobody knew what SGA was going to be. So that first year, you know, he was just, you seen little bits and pieces, you know,
we
nobody
could see
knew.
Yep.
You know,
because they had that playoff series against the Warriors when the Clippers were the 8 seed and the Warriors were the 1 seed. And they lost in 6, and in every game they were in, and I saw it, bro. I told everyone I was literally about to buy my SGA jersey that summer, and then the whole rumor was that it was just gonna be Kawhi coming. I'm like, great, Kawhi with his young point guard, and we had Lou Will, and I don't fucking remember who else, but I was like, yo, we're gonna be stacked.
Sorry,
and then they Trez Harrell when he was actually an NBA player then.
T-Hall, go ahead.
Look, SGA was good in college. We all knew he was good in college, but I'm saying over the last few years, he really developed, like, creating his own shot. We knew he could drive. Now he's a 3-point shooter, mid-range. He just developed that over these last few years. The first year, we seen just a little bit of that. That's what I'm saying. So that PG,
I do get
you. Trade was an even trade. It was an even trade.
No, it wasn't.
Not even at the time. Like,
no, it wasn't.
I'll give you 4 draft picks, but not SGA.
At the time, it wasn't.
I'll give you 2 draft picks in SGA. I won't give you 4 draft picks in SGA.
Paul George at the time got eliminated, bro. Him and Russ didn't do shit with OKC, and then prior to OKC, what the fuck did Paul George do? He did one thing with the Indiana Pacers.
That was a Dame half court shot in Game 7. You know, in the first round
over PG, and PG was balling that year.
Russell PG had his best season with Russ.
Game 5.
Yeah, that was like 5 or 6.
The Thunder kicked. No. That was in Game 5. The Thunder kicked the Blazers' ass in the regular season, but the Blazers had the better record. They were the 3 seed, and they said, you know what? This is a team, they are lower seeded than us, but they have all the right to do all of this because they kicked our ass in the regular season, even though we have the better record. So Dame shut them the hell up. That's what Dame did. That didn't go to 7. They went to 7 in the next round when they beat the Nuggets on the way to their conference finals. That was when, honestly, we look back years from now, that was when Dame and CJ had their peak. When they were on the KD-less Warriors in 3 out of the 4 games. If they had held on in 2 out of those 3 that they were ahead, double digits in the second half, they would have been going back to Golden State for Game 5, and then who knows? Maybe they would have upset the Warriors and met the Raptors in the finals.
All right, so let's wrap up this. Kawhi is not a top 10 player. Steph, go ahead. Final thoughts on Kawhi and the Clippers.
I think all in all, like, because no matter whether they keep them together, because it probably won't work, barring some miracle, whether they keep them together or they blow it up like I hope they do. When we look back at the 2-1-3 era, because that's what they call it, I think with the Clippers, with their history and this curse that seems to hang around them, I think it's baby steps. You have to take baby steps with this franchise. So, like, the Alton Brand and Sam Cassell era of Clippers, like, got them a playoff series win and brought, like, some, like, small success to the team. The Lob City era brought consistent winning to the franchise. Like, as a franchise, we learned how to be consistently good, make playoff runs. Yeah, they can never get to Western Conference Finals, but they made consistent playoff runs. They beat the defending champion Spurs in this series. They beat the Golden State Warriors in this series. They became the champions. And then now with this 2-1-3 era, they got to the Western Conference Finals, which is what we never reached. I'm telling you, I was at that game 6 where we beat Utah and we made it to Western Conference Finals. And after the game, you would have thought we won the championship. People were celebrating, people were running around because we knew we had this huge cloud over our head that we could never make a conference final. So at the end of the day, it was a success in that nature. And now with the Clippers, you just have to take baby steps. So whatever next team, whatever good team we get, hopefully they can like get over the hump, make it to a final, and potentially win a championship. But this team obviously isn't it. Like I said, barring some miracle. So at the end of the day, whatever, we gave up assets. We had to do it. If Kawhi told the Clipper front office, if you don't get me Paul George, I'm going to go to the Lakers. So if the Clippers fumble that, and the Lakers would have had what 3 championships by now.
No, because Kawhi would have gotten hurt. Kawhi would have gotten hurt.
Yeah, but we don't know that. I mean,
no. I mean, AD,
like
you're right. We don't know that, but look at Kawhi's career ever since he went to the Clippers. So the probability of him being the same hurt as he is not right now, I think, is high. So
yeah, but like I said, if he doesn't get hurt and the Lakers win all these championships, everyone's gonna be like, you Clippers, you're fucking stupid. Like here, you had an opportunity to get a player, and you guys fucked it up because you didn't want to give up a young talent. You know, so at the end of the day, that's what it is. But next year, I say blow it up. Let's start new. Let's get to the new arena with some new, young, hungry guys. Let's keep the young pieces we have, and then let's see what happens. But thank you for getting us to the conference finals. But that's it.
Did he even get? Whatever. Okay.
Hey, everyone says Stephen A. said it today, and JJ Redick said it today on
What'd
First
they
Take.
say?
If Kawhi doesn't get bumped by Joe Ingles in that Game 4 against the Utah Jazz, they probably would have been champions. But whatever.
That year,
that's what I'm thinking.
Who was in it that year?
That would have been a
or...
Bucks Clippers finals.
Oh, but
and I saw the Bucks play the Clippers in the regular season. I know that the regular season doesn't mean a whole lot in terms of regular season to postseason translation, especially head-to-head matchups. But that was the year when Giannis finally broke through, and it felt like it was his time to just massacre the entire league. We saw him drop a 50 ball in a closeout game 6, which is still tied for the all-time lead in a finals closeout game to the great Bob Pettit from 1956. There are ways in which the Clippers could have potentially made the finals that year. I think they probably would have beaten the Suns, but
they would have beat the Suns for sure.
That Bucks team won with physicality, and they did not win with pull-up shooting the way that we've seen the Warriors, for example, win 4 championships. I think that was probably the season when Giannis was making 17 out of 19 free throws. It probably was not your night, any of those nights. So I probably still would have said that the Bucks would have won that series, but that would have been a really compelling finals, though.
I mean, I don't think it would have been a cakewalk, but I think it definitely would have been a tough series. And I'm just saying what NBA analysts have been saying. They all reference that when Kawhi got bumped by Joe Ingles, if that doesn't happen, they probably win the championship. So I'm just relaying what they say.
Listen,
it could have gone either way. I'm with that.
All I'm taking away from this, like you said, T1-3 era, is that I've been right ever since Kawhi went to the Clippers that he was not going to do, that he wasn't going to do shit for your Clippers. We didn't even bring up the up 3-1 in the bubble against Denver. We didn't even bring that up. But I've been right all this time along, giving Kawhi no fucking props because he didn't do shit. So now, from now on, Steph, whenever I bring up Kawhi,
Mario,
I need you to be on my side, not even a fucking question. Not even a question, dog. That
you want to hear about the Knicks.
There's proof in the fucking pudding, dog. And whenever I say Kawhi's not top 10 stuff, you're going to be like, yo, you right, bro. Yo, you right. He's not reliable. That's it. We can't
because he's not healthy.
Because he's
if
not
he's
healthy.
He's top 10.
But when is he healthy? When is he healthy? Consistently for a full season? Never. Anyway, we're moving on. So now, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do.
You wanted to get that.
Yeah, now I'm fucking right about Kawhi, bro. I've been right ever since day one, dog. I take that on my fucking chest, dog. Anyway, like I keep saying, we're going to move on. So what we're going to do, we're going to give a very, very quick recap of our first round picks. Now, obviously, some series are over, so some of our picks might not match up. But I wanted to give our raw takes because I didn't want any fraudulence to be going on. I wanted to see where our basketball minds were at the time. And obviously, if we come across a series that's over, we could just give our take on it and see. And if we pick the wrong team, tell us why you picked the wrong team, what you thought that team was going to do going into the series. So real quick, the first series we're going to do is the 1-8 matchup in the West. It was the Nuggets versus the OKC Thunder or the Timberwolves. Me personally, I had the Nuggets winning in 5 versus the Thunder or T-Wolves, and that's exactly what happened. They beat the Timberwolves in 5. Steph, what'd you have for in that series?
I think I had the same, but I had OKC winning. But if Minnesota, like if I would have known Minnesota was gonna win, I probably would have picked the same. So 5, yeah.
Okay, Michael, what'd you have in that series?
I had the Nuggets in 5 over the T-Wolves. I thought the T-Wolves would win against the Thunder because they were bigger and would just kind of bludgeon them on the glass. And yeah, the Nuggets pretty much did what I would expect a number 1 seed in a conference to do.
C-Hall, what'd you have in that one?
And I had Timberwolves closing out the Thunder. I knew Anthony Edwards was going to pick it up that last playing game, and then I had the Nuggets in 6, but it actually went 5. But yeah, the Nuggets surprised me, man. I didn't know they were that loaded. And the team chemistry was really, really good from what I've been seeing, and they look pretty dangerous, man.
So I actually want to correct myself. I actually picked OKC to beat the Timberwolves in the plane because I remember now I wanted to see SGA. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. We all know that now. But anyway, moving on, we're going to do the West Coast first. So moving on to the 4-5 matchup, the Phoenix Suns versus the LA Clippers. And I had the Phoenix Suns winning in 6 in that series. And obviously, we know they actually won in 5 games. Michael, what'd you have in that series?
The Phoenix Suns, yeah, I had the Suns winning in 6.
C-Hall, what'd you have in that series?
Yeah, and I had too much faith in the Clippers, like we were been talking about for the last 30 minutes was the injuries, and that'll do it to you, And I had the Clippers winning in 7, but it was a complete opposite.
Hate to see it.
Yeah, so I was far off on that series.
Steph, we know obviously you're a Clipper fan, but what did you have in that series? What was your basketball analysis?
I put my analyst hat on. It said Suns in 6.
And
they won in 5.
And then as a Clipper fan, you said
Clippers. I said Clippers in 7. Which I don't know, man. I don't think the Suns are that fucking good. They're really not.
Moving on.
Anyways. Not,
Anyways, like I said, Steph, you weren't here because you stepped out for a second, but we're gonna go through all the first round West Coast for our picks. So
I heard it. I had my headphones on.
Oh, bet. Okay, so moving on to the 3-6 matchup, which is still currently going on, the Sacramento Kings versus the Golden State Warriors. That series is tied up 2-2. I had the Warriors winning in 7, which could obviously still happen. Steph, what'd you have in that series?
Same.
All right, Michael, what'd you have in that series?
I had the Warriors in 6.
What'd you have in that series?
Yeah, I had Warriors in 7 too. But actually, since De'Aaron Fox is playing tonight, I thought he was going to be doubtful. It should be a pretty good game. So yeah, I'm with Michael. Whoever wins this game should decide the series.
All right, I'm still sticking with my Warriors in 6. Never shout out Rudy Tomjanovich.
7.
Never underestimate the heart of a champion, baby. All right, so now the last series of the first round of the Western Conference playoffs still going on. Grizzlies versus Lakers. I had in that series. You got
the Grizzlies?
I had the Grizzlies, but I've forgotten how many games I picked them. So I'm gonna say that's gonna go 7. So I'm gonna say that one goes 7.
You have to now.
Yeah. Are you gonna say Grizzlies?
It's 3-2 now.
Yeah.
Nah, the Lakers could close it out in 6, but I got Memphis in 7.
I
got Memphis in 7.
Yeah, I had Memphis in 7. I haven't really seen any of the games. I saw game 1, but I haven't seen any others. But it just appears that the Lakers are just doing better, and they're doing better defensively. I wouldn't be surprised, man. The Lakers blow this series lead. That would not surprise me.
It could be
I don't think they will.
The Lakers. Yeah,
the Lakers will. They'll close it out at Staples in 6 at home. So, but if they don't, if they take it back to a game 7 in Memphis.
Would you Yeah, Michael, what'd you have in that series?
Quick trivia question for everybody on the panel here.
Kobe.
When LeBron James led teams have been up 3-1 in a series and they lose game 5, which obviously has happened. How many of those series have gone to a 7th game? Dario, what's your answer?
I'll go 0. I don't know.
Steph?
None.
I got 2.
The answer is 0. So I'm going to say that the Lakers wrap it up in 6 games, and I think that'll happen. So I originally had the Lakers in 7 because I just didn't think that this team was capable of playing back-to-back good games, which it's been essentially a bunch of different games within each game because the Lakers will go down by 15 or they'll go up by 15 and then take their foot off the gas pedal, or they'll play defense and get back into the game. I think that they'll come out in game 6 and they'll look like a sort of bona fide-ish contender. Not that I would pick them to win the West or win the title, but I think they'll close it out in 6.
Micah, the only thing that's wrong with your equation is that LeBron's partner in all those other series was not Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is the most undependable fucking second superstar that I might have ever seen next to Kawhi. Like, I just don't understand what the hell Anthony Davis. Like, dude, like there are nights he looks like the best player that ever lived. There are nights that he looks like fucking me playing against an NBA player. Like, what the fuck, bro? That's why I'm saying Grizzlies in 7 because I don't trust AD. I don't trust AD as much as I don't trust Kawhi to play 7 games straight in the playoff series.
One thing that I will say about AD though is during this series, we probably came into it thinking, oh, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the defensive player of the year. I got news for you. Anthony Davis is probably the best defensive player in the entire NBA, and he's shown it from start to finish in this series. I think they'll close it out, but yeah, you're definitely right. Anthony Davis is up and down on the offensive end, but his defense never wavers.
C-Hall, what'd you have in that series?
I had Lakers in 7, but I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it to Lakers in 6. Of course, we're gonna close it at home, and just going based off of what we were talking about in AD. Remember the game he had 12 points in, and we still came away with the W. So
yeah,
there's still a possibility that we could have our other role players step up and chime in on some points. But yeah, LeBron knows going back to Memphis, it's going to be ugly. So we got to close it out at home.
If y'all go to a game 7 in Memphis, are you confident or not?
I'm still confident, but it'll be a tighter game going back there.
Yeah, that would be a rock fight. The last time that a LeBron James-led team lost a game 7 was 2008 in Boston. And that was when they obviously had the KG Big 3 Celtics that went on to win the championship.
All right, so we're going to move on to the East Coast. The first matchup, the 1-8, the Milwaukee Bucks versus the winner of the playing game between the Chicago Bulls and Miami Heat. As we know now, the Miami Heat won. Now they're playing the Bucks. They're up 3-1, surprisingly. But at the time, I actually had the Bucks beating I picked the Heat, but I had the Bucks sweeping the Heat, which is crazy. Steph, what'd you have in that matchup?
I think I had Chicago winning, beating the Heat, and I had Milwaukee beating them in 4. If I would have known the Heat were gonna win, I probably would have said like Milwaukee in 6. But this is very surprising by Milwaukee. I haven't seen any of these games either. But I know Giannis got hurt, and so he was out for a couple games. But if Giannis loses this series, that's a bad look for him. That's a really bad look because you had the best record in the NBA. Supposed to be the deepest team you ever had. This would be a really bad look for the Bucks because the Heat don't have Tyler Hero.
Yeah, but it's bad luck, man. That's bad luck. Giannis is not injury prone, and he's bad luck.
I know.
7-game series isn't bad luck. NFL one playoff game can be bad luck. 7-game series is not bad luck. You're literally you're the weaker team.
He was out 3 games, right? The first 3 games.
He went out in the first quarter of game 1 and did not return until game 4.
Yeah.
See, so that's what
almost
what
3
did
full
it.
games. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what did it. That's right. Why they're where they're at right now.
Michael, what'd you have in that series, the first round?
I'm as wrong as pretty much anybody else. I said it didn't matter who won out of Miami and Chicago. I thought the Bucks were going to sweep them.
That's crazy. C-Hall, what'd you have in that series?
Man, I think I had I had the Bulls making it past the Heat, and then I think I had the Bucks in 5 or 6. I think 5. But
big shout out to the Island Boys, Reed and Trent. Sorry you couldn't be on this podcast, but big shout out to y'all because Jimmy fucking Jordan. Yo, bro, I've like I said last year in the playoffs, like he showed up and he solidified top 10 for me. But man, he's making a really strong case of being top 5. And I understand people might think that's crazy because other players. But Jimmy Butler, when you look at his just career in totality, like obviously regular season, he plays, but he doesn't play a lot. He doesn't play like 70 out of the 82 games. I understand. But then when you look at his playoff resume, like he shows up when it counts. Last season, last season when it was Game 6 going into Boston, I think he dropped like a 46-point game. Then yesterday or 2 days ago, he had 56 against the fucking Milwaukee Bucks. Like, dog, this guy is proven again. And then when you take his skills, talent, his heart, his playoff resume, showing up in big moments, when you take that all into consideration, like, yo, top 5, I don't think it's really that crazy to say. So if you guys want to kill me for saying that, I wouldn't.
Top 5. Hold on.
Championship.
Wait.
Championship.
I get it.
As soon as somebody says the words top 5 or top 10, I
said
ask
maybe
who they would take this guy over. All right, so let's go.
I said maybe.
I'll tell you my top 5, and you tell me who you're taking out of it in order to swap with Jimmy Butler.
Hit me.
Giannis, Curry, Jokic, Embiid, Durant.
Nobody.
It's between Jokic and Embiid. I'm taking one of those guys out, and unfortunately, I might have to take
or Luka, Tatum, or LeBron.
How's LeBron not in there?
Oh yeah.
LeBron's top. Well, to me, LeBron's top 5. He's like number 5.
Yeah, LeBron has to be top 5.
Athletically speaking, he's not the same as those guys anymore. Now, when it comes to a brain,
still gets buckets though.
The X's and O's of preparing for how to take down an opponent, he's probably still top 5 in that regard. But in a playoff series, if the Lakers were to go up against the Warriors, I would say Steph Curry is the best player in that series.
Facts.
If they were to go up against the Bucks, I would say Giannis is the best player in that series. If they were to go up against the Nuggets, I would say Nikola Jokic is the best player in that series. Same goes for the Sixers with Embiid and the Suns with KD.
Yeah, but if you're saying literally who's the second best player in all of those series that you said, the second best player?
It's probably Davis, AD.
No, it's LeBron because LeBron is reliable.
Oh, my bad. No, I thought you were saying second best player on each team. My bad. No,
no.
Yeah,
it would be LeBron.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Joker gotta show me some playoff success. The bubble to me, like, okay, great, the bubble. But since then, I gotta see it, man. So like,
you can see the same thing about Embiid too, though.
I was about to say that. Yeah, Embiid the same thing. So like, when you say who I'd rather have Embiid or LeBron in a playoff series, like I'd rather have LeBron.
No question.
I'd rather have Joker. Start bench cut. Luka, Tatum, LeBron.
Start LeBron, bench Tatum, cut Luka for me. I was never high on Luka.
I think I'm with that too. Well, I don't know, man.
Tatum just had one bad year, but I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, I'll take. I don't know. That is a tough one because Tatum has some ups and downs through this playoffs too.
I mean, but the thing is with Tatum, you could at least say he's been to the finals and he's had multiple Eastern Conference Finals appearances. Luka has had one, and that one Western Conference Finals was it more Dallas winning or was it the Phoenix Suns blowing the fuck up in Game 7? You could
swap Tatum for Luka. If Luka goes to the Boston Celtics, I'm almost sure he has relatively the same amount of success.
I was never as high on Luka as everybody else was, as I've been saying on this podcast. So that's why it was so easy for me to say cut Luka. But going back to the picks, I actually have to correct myself again because now I remember I actually picked the Chicago Bulls to beat the Heat. So Reed and Trent, if you listen to this, my bad. I forgot about Jimmy Jordan, and I had the
Jimmy
Bucks.
Jordan.
Yeah, facts. And then I had the Bucks beating the Bulls in 5 or 6 games. So whatever, that didn't happen. Okay, moving on to the 4-5 matchup, which just ended tonight.
Who, the Knicks?
The Cleveland Cavaliers. Knicks, baby.
Man, now we were all wrong on that, Dario, except for you.
No, I picked the Knicks.
No.
Oh, you did?
I picked Knicks. I picked Knicks in 7. Steph, you picked the Cavs in what?
In 6.
Micah?
I picked them in 6 too.
I picked the Cavs in 6. I'm as wrong as everybody else.
Knicks.
Now, Dario, who stepped up for the Knicks this time? Give me your X factor of the series. Who was that?
Honestly, the last few games, Josh Hart has been playing fucking man.
Thank you. That's what I was telling. Remember, I was right about that. So.
No, you called it. You said how much good of a pickup it was. Micah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Josh Hart. Since they trade from Portland, there have only been 2 guards in the entire league that have been better guarding other guards. And they were Drew Holiday and Luguentz Dort. Two guys who are perennially known as just absolute shutdown guard defending guards. Josh Hart did that in this series to the nth degree. Give him so much credit. But Mitchell Robinson, oh my God. Yeah. Mitchell Robinson outplayed Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen combined.
Yeah, especially tonight on the closeout game. So the series just finished tonight as we're recording this. Knicks won in 5, which is a surprise to every fucking New Yorker. It's a surprise
to everyone though.
Yeah, maybe everyone in the country.
Yeah.
We all thought it was going 6 or 7, and most people had Cavs, but Donovan Mitchell didn't show up. So that whole thing about Donovan Mitchell coming to the Knicks is not going to come back and bite us in the ass. We actually showed that keeping RJ Barrett, who actually showed up in this playoff series, finally, thank God. Emmanuel quickly showed up. Oh, and tonight Julius Randle fucked up his ankle, and then Obi Toppin came in for him, and I think it was the first or second quarter. Obi Toppin really stepped up. And me personally, I'm not all that mad that Julius Randle is not going to be playing in the next series right away, because the ball is with Julius Randle, it's very up and down, and the ball sticks with him. He's kind of like a modern version of Carmelo. He gets the ball, he takes like 8 seconds to make a decision, and then the ball isn't flowing enough. And when he's out of the game, the ball goes back and forth. Jalen Brunson being the best player. Jalen Brunson, man, has been the best player on the court basically the entire series, except for except for that one game with Cavs won, bro. And I think going into the next series, if Miami pulls it out against Milwaukee, yo, dude, they have a really good shot, bro. They have a really good chance of really beating Miami in the next round. Okay, so New York Knicks are going to win the championship. Moving on. The next series is 3-6. The 76ers versus the Brooklyn Nets. That series is over. That was a clean sweep. I had Philly. I actually had Philly in 5. Steph, you had Philly in 5? Okay, Micah, you had Philly. I mean, you had what'd you have?
I had Philly in 6.
C Hall, what'd you have in that series?
Yeah, I have Philly in 5 as well.
All right. So, yeah, we all thought Brooklyn was going to at least put up one game of a fight, but unfortunately, they weren't able to get that one W. Okay, the last series of the first round of the Eastern Conference is still ongoing. Atlanta tied it up with fucking Ice Tray 2-2 last night. The Boston Celtics versus the Atlanta Hawks. I had the Boston Celtics moving on in 5 games against Atlanta. Steph, what'd you have in that series?
I had him in 6.
Micah?
I had the Celtics in 4.
C Hall, what'd you have in that series, bro?
I had Boston in 5. But yeah, that game was crazy, man. I was watching just the last couple minutes of that game, and Trae Young just came down and pulling up ridiculous shots. So, but I think Boston will close them out next game for sure. In Atlanta, they know what's at stake. So
yeah, they better.
Yeah, they got to.
I did say Boston was due for a letdown. I just think this Boston team is they're not going to win.
Down.
Yeah, they're very inconsistent. So, all right, let's get to the real picks.
Yeah, facts. Let's finally get to the real picks. We're gonna start with the first second round matchup between. I'm pretty sure everybody had Phoenix Suns versus the Denver Nuggets, which is actually gonna happen. That's
the only second round matchup that we know of for sure at this point. Which, by the way, I have to go in a couple of minutes. So
yeah, Micah, go first.
Okay, so Phoenix Suns and Denver Nuggets. This is the series that I think everybody besides Steph and I guess Chris, who picked the Clippers, thought was going to happen. This comes down to really 2 different things for me. As I look at these 2 different teams, I think of the Denver Nuggets, who have home court, and going into elevation, I know that jump shooters, generally their legs come back to bite them at some point. So Denver's ability to defend in the half court is going to be a huge role in this series. Can they find a way to make it so either Devin Booker or Kevin Durant have some kind of an off night? And in that scenario, is Nikola Jokic able to punish DeAndre Ayton enough that he's in foul trouble every night? That's one. Second, on the other end, does Chris Paul feel the need to be that much of a scorer in this series? Because if he's going to be passive enough as a passer first, not trying to get himself going as a scorer, I don't see a way, actually, that the Suns can win this series unless they're going to get 70-plus points every game from Durant and Booker. I like the Nuggets to win this series, and I actually think it's going to be rather easy. I saw the Suns basically be in a rock fight with a lottery team, Los Angeles Clippers, without their first and second best player. They have only 6 guys that they trust. They have their starting 5 with either Torrey Craig or Josh Okogie. We'll see which one of them gets the start, and the other one will come off the bench.
So suspect.
Then the Denver Nuggets on the other side, they acquired Bruce Brown in the offseason because they needed another point of attack defender to guard the other team's best guard. I think the Denver Nuggets, unless the Phoenix Suns are going to make Nikola Jokic really, really defend every time, he's going to have his way offensively. They're going to be in foul trouble. The Nuggets, I expect to dominate on the glass. I got the Nuggets closing this out in 5, actually. And I understand that a lot of these games might be close, but the Nuggets were the best clutch team in the entire Western Conference. And I do not expect the fact that the Suns are allowing 120 plus points every single time to the Clippers is going to be able to hold up against the Nuggets, who are going to be able to score 120 every time they want to.
I'll go next. So I'm kind of like Steph with the Clippers. I have a basketball and I have a basketball IQ pick, and then I also have KD at heart pick. So my basketball IQ is telling me Nuggets in 6. My heart is saying Phoenix Suns in 7. And I'm gonna put it on wax. I'm gonna go with my heart because I'm riding for KD. Ride or die, Steph. I know you hate him, but he's my favorite player right now.
Oh my God.
Yo, he's my favorite player, bro.
Is he? I thought you were a Julius Randle fan.
Oh, fuck no.
Oh, okay.
Ew, never that.
Jalen Brunson, baby.
Ew, never that. Like I said, I'm not a Knicks fan. I like to see him do well. But anyways, favorite player, Kevin Durant. Listen, everything Micah said is fucking spot on. After the starting 5 for the Phoenix Suns, bro, you got the most suspect bench. You got fucking Wainwright. You got Cameron Payne backing up CP, who just came back in the last game after dealing with back problems. Like, I don't really trust any of these dudes, bro. They picked up Terrence Ross at the trade deadline, and like I don't think he's really part of the rotation. He doesn't play. And then like DeAndre Ayton is so fucking up and down, bro. And like Micah said,
if Jokic abuses him and puts him in foul trouble, they're gonna have to go to Bismack Biyombo for 20 minutes a night.
Exactly. And literally
that's really bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. And then the thing is that they need to put pressure on Jokic, and the way to put pressure on Jokic is through the fucking center spot, which is DeAndre Ayton. And DeAndre Ayton, like his offensive game is very mid-range. Like he pulls up on mid-range. He doesn't really have a lot of post moves. Like it's very jump shooterish, and that's not how you put pressure on Jokic. Michael,
not only that, let me tell you this: the Phoenix Suns, they closed out the Clippers in 5. During those 5 games, they took more shots from 10 to 18 feet than they took at the rim. They're the only team in the league who shoots more mid-range pull-up shots than layups or dunks. The Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors are the exact opposite. They take more threes than any shot besides layups or dunks or free throws. The Phoenix Suns, at some point, I believe that the Nuggets, the way to beat them is either to get 1-5 switches where you have, say, Curry, for example, guarded by Jokic, and then he can just take him off the dribble or step back, whatever. The Phoenix Suns are going to have to try to manufacture these switches with CP3, for example, guarded by Jokic. But I haven't seen a CP3 that wants to really be aggressive as a scorer yet at all. And that's the kind of CP that they're going to need in this series, because if they have an off night from either Durant or Booker, wow, you're facing an uphill battle against the Nuggets, who are going to be able to score 120 anytime they want to.
So I want to make 2 points before I move on to the next person. So one, the Devin Booker, the ability to play with Kevin Durant is helping out his game so much because they can't double team him anymore, and he's been going bonkers as Steph knows personally. The second point I wanted to make is Denver's team, as far as like showing up in the playoffs. Like, yeah, they had the best record in the West, and I believe in the NBA. I'm not too sure, but they haven't but they haven't really been challenged yet. And Bruce Brown, Aaron Gordon, the KCP is a champion, but like I can't say that I definitively trust Jokic's support. Jamal Murray is proven, but he's proven to a point. And again, like I just said, everybody else they still need to show me that they're going to be able to have Jokic's back. I'm not depending on them blindly. So that's what I had to say. Steph, you want to go with that series?
I agree totally with Micah. I got the Nuggets in 5. If they lose this series, I don't want to hear anything about Joker. I don't want to hear anything about the Nuggets. They have a deep ass team. Like, you guys are forgetting about Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson, you put him in for 7 minutes and he gets hot, motherfucker rains threes and he'll just take him forever.
Yeah, but he's not playing. He's not in the rotation.
And Christian Brown, the rookie, dude. Christian Brown. Oh my God.
Oh, Brown from Kansas. He's a beast. He is.
Shout out White Boys.
Amazing.
Yep.
He played better defense on Kevin Durant than anybody on the Clippers in this series. I'll say this about Kevin Durant. I thought that Kevin Durant played kind of a mid-series, and he still averaged 28 points on 50, 40, 90 shooting. Hats off to him. Christian Brown is going to be asked to play about 15 minutes a game, pasted on Kevin Durant, who has to play. Him and Booker have to play 40-plus minutes every single game just to stay afloat.
Yeah. It's going to be
Playing
tough.
that much at elevation where you have to win one is so much taxing on the legs. And we know that Durant and Paul are basically a turned ankle away from this entire season being done for the Suns.
Steph, go ahead, complete your thought.
Just Nuggets, like they have, bro. This is for me, and I got the Nuggets going all the way to the finals. So for me, like Nuggets, you guys can't lose to the Suns. Like that would be unforgivable for the season you had with the players you have, back-to-back MVP Joker, Jamal Murray back, Michael Porter. Like you guys have everything you need to make a run. And if you lose to the Suns, who have only 2 good players, that's embarrassing. So I pick Nuggets in 5.
C-Hall, what'd you have in that series?
I agree with both Steph and Micah. It's going to be tough for D-Book and KD to carry the load. So they need guys like DeAndre Ayton, Torrey Craig, Okogie, Chris. Everybody's going to have to put up numbers every night in and night out. And I think it's going to be tough when their bench is super thin. So I got the Nuggets in at most 6. So I'm going to just say Nuggets in 6.
All right, I'm the only one riding with KD, Phoenix Suns in 7. And yes, Steph, if they beat the Suns in 5 games, you are able to come on this podcast and just humiliate me because that was a horrible pick.
Micah, do you just want to just give us your picks? Because we just gotta get through the second round.
Hold on.
Just run through them.
Yeah.
So in the Eastern Conference, I expect Boston to actually lay waste. I think they'll win tomorrow night and close out Atlanta. I think they're gonna lay waste with Philly. I've seen them match up with Philly too much, and they just blow by all of Philly's perimeter defenders too much. Boston has the ball handlers. They win on the perimeter. They put Embiid kind of in hell a lot. They win that series in 5. Then I actually think that the Bucks are going to come back from 3-1 down, as crazy as it sounds, to beat the Heat. Tonight, I actually think is going to be the most difficult game. If they squeak past tonight, I think they're going to win that series. Then we're going to get to a Boston and Milwaukee 7-game series. I thought it was going to be Milwaukee coming out of the East prior to the playoffs. I now think that Milwaukee is a little bit older and not quite as mobile. I have Boston coming out of the East and ultimately winning the championship over Denver in the finals.
Okay. All right, Micah, take care.
Love for the
All right,
Micah.
Peace, bro. Okay, so the next series, the second round of the Western Conference playoffs, I personally had the Golden State Warriors versus the Memphis Grizzlies. I had Memphis beating the Lakers in 7. And for that series, Warriors versus Grizzlies, I got the Warriors in 7 because I get it. Their away record is terrible, but again, they're still the champions. And until someone knocks them off, I'm still rolling with the fucking Steph, Clay, and Dre core. So Warriors in 7. That's pretty much all I got to say. Steph, you want to?
I'll say I had Memphis Grizzlies winning, beating the Lakers in 7, and then Grizzlies it'd be Grizzlies and Warriors. I got Warriors in 5. The Grizzlies are a bunch of pussies. I don't even think they're gonna win this series against the Lakers. So when the Lakers win and the Lakers and the Warriors face off, I think that's gonna be a tough series. And I don't know why the Warriors just don't have good luck against the Lakers. Like I've seen them play really bad against the Lakers. And so, LeBron might just pull it off and win it in like 7 or 6. But then it doesn't matter because I have the Nuggets winning. I don't know if we're going that far, but I have the Nuggets beating both of them under 6 games.
C-Hall, what'd you have in the second round?
I had Lakers over the Grizzlies. I'm not going to say the game. I just had Lakers over the Grizzlies. And then I had
the Warriors and Lakers.
Warriors against Lakers. I have Lakers winning that just because, like Steph said, in the regular season, we were dominating them. When the AD and LeBron played, we dominated them. So I got Lakers and Nuggets, and I'm gonna have to go with the Nuggets, man. And I think the Nuggets will win it all this year. They just look like the best team. and they're being taken lightly still as a number 1 seed.
Nobody's
I just think
respecting them.
I just think they're a complete team. Got the best team chemistry.
Okay, so I had the Warriors beating Memphis in the second round in 7. So I had the the Phoenix Suns versus the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals, and I had the Warriors in 7. I keep picking the Warriors in 7, bro, because the Warriors are just, this season has been so fucking weird, bro. And then besides the core 3, the DiVincenzo, Jordan Poole is always up and down. And again, like I still think they have one more run in them, even though it's like the fucking ultimate last fucking bit
chance.
Yeah, the ultimate last chance. They're gonna pull it out in 7. And yeah, man. Seahawks, what up?
Yeah, they just
hold up.
They
did you just say DiVincenzo?
Yeah, I was saying how like I had the Warriors versus the Phoenix Suns Western Conference Finals, and I pulled it out, and I had the Warriors pulling out in 7. And the reason why I'm picking Warriors in 7 every single series is because this season has been so fucking weird, and their fucking supporting cast has not been able to show up on the road, including DiVincenzo, Jordan Poole, everybody else. What'd you have in the Western Conference Finals?
So I have Nuggets and Lakers. And I think the Nuggets are too deep this year. This is their year to win it. They got great players. Jamal Murray's back. They're really deep. I think they can easily play 10 guys on their roster in the playoffs with respectable minutes. And I think this is their year. The West has been so like inconsistent, except for them. They're the only ones who've been consistent, and I just feel like this is their year. If they lose it, man.
Yo, I don't trust them, bro. I don't trust them, though.
Man.
They're like the Clippers. What tells you we don't trust them, though? Because like the bubble was the bubble, so I can't really take anything away from that.
Yeah, that's one.
Last year they didn't have Jamal Murray,
right? So we haven't seen anything to say that they're solidified. I can trust them in the postseason. This is literally the first time, and I just don't like. Jamal Murray had a good bubble year, but like. Well, we still don't know if he's able to show up. Like, yeah, the bubble's the bubble. That's something so separate. Aaron Gordon.
Well, this is our year to prove it.
Yeah, I mean,
Aaron Gordon's a stud, man. This dude, Aaron Gordon, last year he didn't really do
shit when they lost in 5 in the first round to the Warriors. So that's what I'm saying. Aaron Gordon hasn't done shit.
That's the Warriors, though.
But Aaron Gordon he was the second best player when Jamal Murray was hurt the whole time. So they got a good third piece.
If the Warriors do get past the Lakers, I might if I would pick the Warriors over the Nuggets, because I think the Warriors just have certain teams' number, and I think the Nuggets are one of them. But man, I think the Lakers can get past the Warriors. I think they have the players to frustrate them, and like you said, like they don't have a lot of luck against the Lakers. And I know the playoffs are different, and I just think. LeBron is I don't know. I could be wrong.
All right, so let's move on to the East. The second round. Seahawks, go first, bro. What'd you have in the second round?
Second round, who is it again? Boston and Philly.
Okay, so you have
Boston and Philly. I have Boston over Philly. I know it's regular season, but they dominate Philly.
That's a fact.
Whenever they play them, I just think Tatum and Jaylen Brown, gets whatever shot they want. And then the role players, Brogdon, those guys step up too against Philly. And I think it's really just James Harden and Embiid, and then you see flashes of Tyrann Maxey sometimes. But I just think the Celtics, this might be their deep run again this year.
How many games you got them winning?
I got them winning. I'll say 5. I'll say that they might get Philly in 5.
All right. Yo, Steph, what'd you have in that series? Did you have Philly and Boston in the second round?
I did.
All right.
Man, I'm going to go Philly. Philly. I saw a couple of those Brooklyn Philly games, and I like I know it's Brooklyn, all right, but like, man, I like what I see it. Like, yo, Maxey looks like a beast, bro. Like,
Facts.
He reminds me of Terrence Mann, Steph. He reminds me of Terrence Mann a lot.
But he shoots way better than Terrence Mann.
Way better,
yeah. But he has energy. He has the jump. But like, I don't know. I'm telling you, I just have this feeling that Boston is due for a letdown. I just feel like they've had so much success recently that they're due for a letdown. I don't think this team is championship material. I know Mike is a little biased. He covers the team, so obviously he watches every single game. So he's a little bit biased when he's picking Boston to win it all. I just don't see it. I don't see it. And I think Philly can get them in 6. And I think Doc Rivers is finally gonna get over that hump. And by the way, fuck Doc Rivers. That stupid comment he made. Oh, that team was never gonna win a championship.
Who
They
said
never.
that?
They didn't.
Against who?
Doc Rivers said that. He
About
threw
who?
shade at the Clippers randomly.
Oh, the
Huh?
Clippers. About the Clippers.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, that team was never gonna win a championship. Like they just didn't get along."
Yeah.
Well, bro, who the fuck is in charge of making sure that they get along? That's you, bro. Like Doc Rivers. 100% the reason. Well, not 100%, but a lot of the reason why the Clippers didn't have success in the Lob City era was because of your bitch ass. So shut the fuck up, okay? So, and I'm rooting against you. I hope Boston beats your ass again. I just like what I see from that team you got over there.
Yeah.
So I'm a rock with Philly, and I love the city of brotherly love. I feel like they get disrespected a lot. So, and they have some good sports teams over there. So, I'm gonna go Philly in 6.
So yeah, I had Philly and Boston in that series. I actually got Boston in 6 because one, you just mentioned it, Doc Rivers is very suspect in the playoffs. Two, they have James Harden, and you know how I feel about James Harden for the millionth time. I don't trust him just as much as I don't trust Kawhi playing series.
The LA guys, yeah.
I don't trust James Harden. And now 3, we know that Joel Embiid has a sprained knee. He's getting more time off because the Atlanta and Boston series in real time is going longer than expected. But you still know that he's dealing with the sprained knee, so we don't know how that's going to affect him. He might not be able to move as well as he was before the sprained knee. We don't know. But yeah, I mean, and regular season is regular season. Playoffs is a different animal. But Boston always seems to have Philly's number. So I got Boston in 6. Okay, so
I didn't realize. Sorry, I didn't realize Embiid had a sprained knee. So he has a knee sprain.
Yeah, he has a knee sprain. That's what the MRI revealed. They say he's definitely going to play game 1 of second round.
He's good to go, huh?
Yeah, but he's dealing with it. So another.
I don't know if he doesn't play game 1. I change my pick to Boston in 5.
In 5.
That's a big deal, though. That's a big deal.
It is. I mean, he's the MVP, right? He's supposed to be. Yeah. So I mean, if you lose your best player on the team, you're not going to beat Boston. Like it's not going to happen. So it'd be easy money for him.
So now the other second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs, I had the Bucks going against the Knicks. We'll see if they get past Miami, which is still crazy. But I had the Bucks in 6. My basketball mind should say 5, but nah, my heart is Knicks in 6. I mean, Bucks.
Ooh, I thought you said Knicks.
No. Bucks in 6. It's Giannis, bro. Giannis Giannis is insane. They don't have an answer for him. I mean, Julius Randle, I'm not in love with. He's not going to be able to hold Giannis. Giannis is going to bitch him up. Brook Lopez and Mitchell Robinson. Brook Lopez can take Mitchell Robinson out to the 3-point line, which Mitchell Robinson doesn't know how to defend. And Jrue Holiday is going to lock up. He's going to attempt to lock up Jalen Brunson. But yeah, man, I just got the Bucks in 6. Steph, what'd you have on that side of the bracket?
So I had Cleveland winning, and I actually had Cleveland beat. I was gonna pick Cleveland to beat Milwaukee, but now that we know the Knicks are there, I'm gonna ride. Let's go, Knicks. Let's go, New York. Stand up, baby.
Okay.
Bro, I'm not impressed with Milwaukee. The couple games I've seen of them this season, I don't think they're that. I mean, yeah, they have Giannis, and Giannis is great. Jrue Holiday is great. The rest of that team is old. Like Joe Ingles. Yeah. By the way, fuck you, Joe Ingles. And they have that kid from Duke. Like, I'm not,
Grayson Allen.
Bro.
Grayson Allen.
Grayson Allen, Middleton. Like the fact that even without Giannis, you got like beat up by the Miami Heat. Like, come on, bro. You guys aren't that real. So I'm gonna go Knicks in 6.
Wow, that's crazy.
New York, stand up. Fuck it.
That's fucking crazy. You'll see.
My Clippers are out. I'm saying all sorts of kinds of crazy shit. Fuck it.
Yeah, man. It's hard. It's hard to ride with the Bucks, man. Down 3-1, and they're right now. It's like a 2-point game. It's real close. So
I'm
you guys keep saying that
he might be out by the time we're done with this podcast.
I know.
No, that's a fact. And you guys keep saying that you see Milwaukee coming back from 3-1. I'm like, yo, I don't know. Like, I gotta see this through.
I don't know either.
And it's so crazy because it has to be the age because Chris Middleton is playing well, but it's like Jrue Holiday's not scoring in the playoffs, and Giannis is moving slow. He's not chasing down blocks anymore. So it's like it's real weird with how the Bucks are playing. But
the Knicks just beat a very good young Cavaliers team. Like that Cavaliers team was good. They said that they were the best defensive team in NBA, and they beat them in 5. That's impressive.
Crazy.
That's impressive. His
and
defense was
Jalen Brunson.
championships.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson was a huge addition. But as far as Bucks and Knicks goes, I'm gonna choose Bucks in 6
Wait,
if they make it.
But you had originally you had the Bucks and Cleveland Cavaliers, right?
Originally I had the Cavs.
Okay,
Cavs
and then
Bucks.
For that series you had the Bucks in what?
Bucks in 6. Still.
Bucks in 6.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, so now going back to the Western Conference, we're now in the Western Conference Finals. I had the Phoenix Suns versus the Warriors, and I had the Warriors in 7. Steph, what did you have in the Western Conference Finals?
I have the Lakers and
Warriors.
Nuggets, but I got the Nuggets in.
You got Nuggets.
I got the Nuggets probably in 5 or 6. I'll go 5.
All right, C-Hall, what about you? Who'd you have in the Western Conference Finals?
I had Lakers and Nuggets as well, and it's a tough one because I know LeBron is going to fight if he does make it that far.
I think they're going to be gassed by then.
I know. I'm gonna say Denver in 6.
Damn, Santiago's going to kill you. Okay, so you had Denver in the finals. Steph, you also had Denver in the finals. I have Warriors in the finals. Now going back to the East Coast, Eastern Conference Finals, I had the Milwaukee Bucks versus Boston Celtics. I'm gonna go with Boston. I'm gonna go Boston again. It's gonna be a rematch of last year against the Bucks. I think it'll go 7, another 7-gamer. I mean, again, we'll obviously in real time, we'll see if they're able to get through Atlanta, and hopefully it was a hiccup. But yeah, that's what I had. What about you, C-Hall? What about you? Eastern Conference Finals. Who'd you have?
Eastern Conference Finals, Boston Celtics and Philadelphia 76ers. And I'm gonna go with Boston. Or no, I didn't have Philly. I had Boston and the Bucks. Celtics in 7. I think it's the Celtics time to show up. So I got Celtics in 7.
Steph, what about you?
I have Philly and the Knicks. I got the cheesesteak versus the pepperoni pizza. I got the Subway Rats versus the Brotherly Love Rats. So I'm going to go, in that series, I hate to say it, but I think Philly would probably win.
Oh, my God. You got James Harden really coming up in the clutch for Embiid?
Ooh.
Yeah, I would say that's a tough series, but I would go Philadelphia in probably in 7. I would say Philadelphia in 7. Yeah. But if Boston, like if I said, if Embiid is hurt and Boston wins, Boston beats the Knicks probably in 5 or 6.
You have Philly and Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals? That's fucking crazy.
It's possible, right?
Cheesesteak versus pepperoni pizza.
The Knicks is more, I believe I could see the Knicks getting there because there's a roadmap for them. But Philly, bro, dog, what has James Harden done to show you that he could be the leader or the second best?
I don't think James Harden, but I just feel like that team is deep, man. Like I think you discount like Tobias Harris, you forget about
Tobias Harris is suspect.
That's true. Tobias Harris is pretty good, but he's
good, but he's suspect, dog.
Up and down. Yeah.
I know, but I mean, he had a good series against Brooklyn.
That was the ex-Clipper too. So Steph,
you're really using Brooklyn as an example, dog?
It's still playoff basketball, bro. Like at the end of the day, like Brooklyn weren't scrubs. Like they were like, they're solid. So I just think with Tyrese Maxey, and I think, they have like PJ Tucker, who's always been proven to be a good role player in the playoffs. I mean, you have Melton. Melton's solid.
Oh yeah, Melton.
So, I do like Melton. Melton is solid. I trust him more than fucking
What about Niang? The bum, Niang.
He shoots a couple threes, right? I saw him make a couple threes. Yeah. I just think the Sixers team has to finally break through, because if they don't, then what are they doing? Like, what do they do? Like their whole Embiid or what was it, trusted process hasn't worked. They haven't been able to get out of the second round. So it's like, is it a coaching change? This is Doc Rivers' 3rd year. I mean, I don't know what to do in Philly, because it feels like if Philly's gonna break through with this team, this is a year to do it. And I just think Boston's just due for a letdown. I don't know why. I mean, that game 5, I don't know.
Yeah,
no, I mean Boston's a good team.
I mean, if Philly doesn't make it this year, I mean, Harden could leave at the end of the season. There's that rumors that he's going back to Houston, which I don't know why, but that kind of makes sense with Harden. He's not a winning player, so I don't know what they would do. But anyway,
Harden's not even like, I don't know, like
Yeah.
I
showed
feel like
up.
it's all on Embiid. Like it's all on Embiid. Like Embiid. Like if you're as good as you fucking think you are and say you are, then bro, you gotta get to an Eastern Conference final. And you
Yeah,
gotta
but
at least compete.
he needs a legitimate number two. Everybody needs a number two at least.
Dario,
Not to get
did
to the Eastern Conference final.
James Harden hasn't showed up for you enough in this first round?
James
That
Harden hasn't shown up enough in his whole career for me, bro.
no, but I'm saying he was looking good in against Brooklyn. Now he was looking good.
Dog, as much as it's Brooklyn and it's the playoffs, it's Brooklyn. They got into the playoffs because Kyrie and KD played for more than half of the season.
Yeah,
And that's a
true.
fact.
I think my point is that James Harden doesn't have to be the second best player for the Sixers to be successful. I think they have enough of good players around them where he doesn't have to be the second best player for them. I think he could be the third or fourth on any given night and they can still win. As long as Embiid is playing lights out and like the MVP that he says he is.
We'll see,
So
man.
Knicks and Philly in the Eastern Conference Finals. I got Philly beating the Knicks.
That's crazy.
Sixers and Nuggets.
So yeah, you got Sixers Nuggets in the finals. I have Warriors and Boston in a rematch. C-Hall, who'd you have in the finals?
Nuggets, Boston. Ooh,
All right.
that's a good one. Nuggets and Celtics.
So C-Hall, who'd you have winning in the championship for your finals?
The Nuggets.
And how many games?
Let's say 7. Nuggets and 7.
Ooh, Nuggets and
Ooh, that's
7.
gonna be, yeah.
Jokic finally gets that championship.
Jokic's gonna get it. He'll get it this year with Mike Malone, coaching him up.
If Jokic gets that championship this year, bro, he's gonna be happy.
He's gonna be solidified as probably, man. He's gonna be up there.
Nah, yeah, we're gonna have to start talking about him super different.
Yeah.
Steph, what'd you have in the finals?
Philly and Nuggets.
Ooh, Embiid versus Joker. Jesus Christ, love it.
Ooh, what a matchup. Yeah.
Yeah. So Micah said that Philly would have home field advantage or
Correct.
home court advantage.
Yeah, Philly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, then I would have Nuggets in 6. I think the Nuggets.
I thought you were going to say Philly because you said Philly before and shit. And then he goes,
no, but he wanted.
Nah, because Philly's like, I think this is the Nuggets' year. I just think I see their roster and I see who they have. Like, I just think they have the pieces this year to put it together and win. And I think, look, Philly will have lost, I think this will be their 5th championship in a year because their soccer team was in the final, their baseball team was in a World Series, the Eagles are in a Super Bowl. So I think the Sixers can get to the finals but then lose. So there will be the 4th time they lose in the championship round. But I would just go Nuggets in 6. I just think they're an all-around better team in the NBA. The only one who can give them a really good fight would be Boston, but I just have a feeling Philly's going to knock them out in the second round.
Man, no, that would be like a picture perfect ending to the NBA season. Embiid versus Joker, and then we finally get to answer who is the best big man in the league. Just for entertainment purposes in that series, I think I would go Denver. They have on paper, surface level, they have the deeper team. But yeah, anyway, I had the Warriors versus Boston again, rematch from last year. And again, I got Warriors in 7, bro. Every round I'm taking Warriors in 7.
Wow.
I think this is it. I think this is it for the Warriors, bro. I don't think they're gonna pay Draymond in the offseason. I know he's too much, especially after this playoffs, all the fucking noise that he's making, all the commotion. And he at this point of his career, what he adds to the team isn't it's not worth it anymore. I don't think it's worth it. His jump shot is very shaky. He can't hit a jump shot consistently anymore. His athleticism went really down. The only thing he could really provide is that veteran leadership, which is good and his basketball IQ is immense. But you see Stephen Clay slowing down. You need a third person to be able to pick them up. And Jordan Poole, for me, is not that guy. Jordan Poole is very inconsistent, very erratic. I would not have paid him. I would have actually tried to trade him or something. But yeah, I think this is the Warriors' last run. I got Warriors in 7. I got Jason Tatum playing good in the finals, redemption for last year, but he's running into the 2 best shooters of all time. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just felt like you made an argument for why the Warriors should lose to the Lakers.
Should lose to the Lakers?
Yeah, because I don't I don't think they're that good either. I mean, I think even if the Warriors got past the Lakers in the second round, I think they'd still have a really tough time with Denver, and I think it'd be a coin flip of a series. I just think Clay isn't what he used to be. At least we haven't seen it yet. Dre obviously isn't what he used to be, and they're like their surrounding pieces like Jordan Poole, who's the dude from Arkansas, Kaminga, and like I haven't seen those guys step up really, and I don't know because Kings are going to give them a run for their money. So I think I don't know. I don't see it with the Warriors. I'd be if they did win another championship, it's completely off of just pedigree and having the experience to like have composure in these high pressure situations and understand that Steph is going to hit that shot and Clay is going to hit that shot when they need it.
Even if I didn't pick the Warriors, even if I picked the Nuggets like you, even if I picked the Lakers, like I think C-Hall, I'm not sure. No, he had the Nuggets going to the finals. But I'm not confident in any of the Western Conference teams. Denver, Warriors, fucking Lakers, Memphis, like every single one of the team has a fucking asterisk next to them because there's something you can bring up that you don't trust this person, you don't trust that person, this person's injury.
What about Boston? You trust Boston?
What about the East? The East is not even really as
like I don't trust Boston.
I honestly, the East, literally up until this moment, well, actually yesterday, up until Boston lost that game against Atlanta, I was more confident in the East because you had a Giannis, but Giannis got hurt in the first game, so now that's a question mark. And now since Boston lost yesterday, now everybody's looking at Boston differently. So it's kind of hard to pick the East as well. I don't know.
I feel to me, it feels like Boston is like the Dodgers. Like the Dodgers every year, besides this season, have had a great roster with a team that should be a championship team, and then they just get to the postseason and it just doesn't work for whatever reason. And I just feel like Boston kind of has that same feeling where it's like, okay, you have Tatum, who to me is a top 5, top 6 player. You have Jaylen Brown, a great number 2. You have depth. You have Derek White. You have a solid center. You got a bunch of pieces that complement each other, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't work in the playoffs.
I don't think you can say that yet because last year was the first year they made it to the finals, and you can use the excuse of inexperience. But now that they have experience under their belt, if they don't make it to the finals this year, or if they lose in the finals this season, then you can say that like they keep making it and they keep losing. So for me personally, I don't think I wouldn't use that yet.
Well, didn't the season before they lose in the Eastern Conference Finals to the Bucks?
Correct.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, correct.
Yeah, and then the year before that, they lost in the Eastern Conference Finals to the Heat.
Correct.
In the bubble.
Yeah.
And then I think the year before that, they lost in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I'm not sure, but
no.
But
they lost to Milwaukee in the semis.
Yeah. They always the Kyrie Irving.
But I mean, the point is that like they're always kind of there, but then they lose it. It's like the 49ers in the NFL. They're there, they have the roster, they have all the capability, but they just lose. So I just feel like Boston has some of that. And to me, it's like you got to win it all for me to really believe it. Where Nuggets, I'm going purely on ceiling. Like, yes, we haven't seen enough from it, but I'm going purely on like, all right, we don't believe it because we haven't seen it, but you also haven't had a history of not doing it. So
I feel you.
I think I'm a rock with the Nuggets, who have more like upside to me. And I'm also hoping the Celtics get eliminated because then Jaylen Brown's going to want out. And I heard Jaylen Brown's looking at the Clippers. So,
if Jaylen Brown wants to do anything positive for his career, he would not go to the Clippers. Straight up.
He's from LA too, right, Seth?
I know he went to Cal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Steph,
to the West Coast.
Steph, I don't know if you guys are ever gonna break that Clippers curse, bro. That Clippers curse is fucking real, dog. Like you guys
after Lob City, man. After Lob City, it just
No, even during Lob City should have had at least one championship, dog.
I was a local Clippers
fan 100%
during Lob City.
But I'm saying, of course, you get because Clippers, you guys have bad luck, injuries, and fucking chemistry. Of course, that would happen to you guys.
Hey, no curses, and curses are meant to be broken, so it's okay. They'll get it right. I hope.
Hopefully.
I mean, it took the Cubs like 105 years to win a championship again?
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, wasn't it? I think it was the Chicago Cubs who hadn't won a World Series since like 1910, and they finally did it in like 2016 or something.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't like baseball, so. But all right,
I don't either. I just know like I follow teams who have curses because it gives me hope. But
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. All right, gentlemen, we finally did it. Thank you to you. Thank you to both of you, gentlemen, for sticking through for part 1 and part 2 of the NBA playoffs episode. And shout out to Micah, who's here in spirit. He had to leave a little bit early. But before we sign off, I'm going to give you guys a chance if you guys want to plug anything, your social media, where people can find you, where people can reach you and hit you up about basketball takes or any other take. C-Hall, if you want to give your Instagram or Twitter or whatever you got going, my guy.
Yeah, my IG handle, Christopher L. Hall on IG. And yeah, man, I'm whenever we have this podcast, man, and I'm always eager to share my picks and stuff. And hopefully, we get these remaining picks correct. So let's go.
Facts. C-Hall, I want to say welcome to the Time Flies gang. Finally, bro. Officially.
We here.
You here, baby. Steph, what up, boy?
So my Instagram, Ride or Die Clipper Guy, is officially deactivated for now. But it's okay because the NFL draft is tomorrow and Seahawk for Life is activated. Yeah. So if you want to get some NFL takes, hit me up. No, I'm just kidding. None of those exist. You can hit me up on Instagram at Stefan Lozano, Stefan_Lozano. And quick story real quick. So at Coachella on the final day, which was this past Sunday, I didn't have another outfit to wear. And part of the Coachella experience is you have to go like decked out in some sort of outfit. But last day I didn't really have anything. So I decided to rock my white Clipper Kawhi Leonard jersey.
Kawhi?
Man. Yo, I got so much hate from random fucking festival goers. It's like wearing a Clipper jersey is like controversial, bro. Like I had dudes coming up to me like, yo, Lake Show, or like I had fucking Suns fans like fucking bully me like Suns in 5. And like I just had people like fuck with me all day, bro. Until finally, like some Laker fan came up to me, he's like, hey, Clippers suck, bro. And I told this I was like, beat us, bitch. And I just walked away. And like,
damn, that Clipper hate is real,
bro, bro, Clipper gets so much hate for not even like doing nothing. So it's like it's hella funny to see. So if you're gonna come at me with some Clipper hate, fuck off. We'll get together.
Yo, Steph.
I'm like Linus at the end of the Great Pumpkin. Just wait till next year, Charlie Brown. The Great Pumpkin will rise. You'll see. That's me.
Yo, Steph. Shout out the bonus room, bro.
Oh yeah, and the bonus room podcast. We got some episodes hopefully coming up this season.
Yeah, what's good with that, bro?
Busy. Man, it's just been busy, bro. It's hard to like get gas, and Santi's really busy now. And I'm pretty busy, so it's hard to find some time to get in the bonus room and get some content out. But we'll get something going. We got some ideas percolating. Nice. So we'll see.
All right, bet. Yeah, as far as Time Flies, all the links will be down in the description below for social media, where you can find Time Flies on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, everywhere you could think of. Time Flies does have an account. So if you don't follow the Instagram page, follow the Twitter page, follow the Reddit page, vice versa, all that good shit. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. The channel is growing. I got more content coming. Trying to do my best, people. Also, Time Flies merch. The link will be in the description below. Shia LaBeouf shirt. Always got to shout that out. So, gentlemen, again, thank you again. Thank you. And we're going to be doing this again soon, maybe with another topic, movies, TV shows. I don't fucking know, but Time Flies, we'll think of it. So until next time, we'll check you out on the next episode. Peace, everybody. Peace.
Blow it up, Steve. Blow it up, Steve Ballmer. Blow it up.
Lake Show.
Fuck.